Okay, now my next question is, when did you actually begin to participate and write rhymes? Do you remember that?
Um, I do. I was in. I had to be. I had to be like. I had to be like 11ish. Um, but when I was 11, I started school early and I got skipped. So when I'm 11, I was
Wow.
acting like I was 13. So any age I give you, you just got to count two more. So whatever. Um, but it was something like that, and I just remember. I grew up where I went to school. I lived in Carson my whole life, but I went to school. My parents had to work, so they would drop us off at my grandmother's house. My grandma lives in Watts, and we went to school in Watts. So that was my entire life until middle of seventh grade. Then I started going to school in Carson. So I socialized and ran around in Watts, and in our particular part of Watts, which is like McKinley, and let's just say Wadsworth and Century, or McKinley and Century. So like, there's a rapper named McKinley Ave, Spider Loc, that was G Unit. We all lived on the same like
Mhm.
block, whatever, and whatever. But um, some people would go off to become gang members. I had not stepped in, and some of the homeboys that were older that I looked up to, some of them didn't step in either. They just, it's always basketball niggas, a nigga with jokes. It's all kind of niggas in the neighborhood. So they had created a clique, and their clique was the 99 East Side Hustlers. What they didn't know is that was not gonna stand. What none of us knew was it wasn't gonna be the gang, the hood. It wasn't happening. But they started this clique, and Lil Me at 11, acting like I was 13. I thought I was gonna make the theme song. I was gonna make the rap. So I made the
Wow.
99 East Side Hustlers rap, and then all my homies, all the older, not homies, all my big homies was just like, you know, that shit whack. And then I gave up on it. So I didn't rap, which was cool. I didn't have any ambitions of being a rapper anyway. I just thought I was gonna write a rap and it was gonna be super cool, and the older kids would like me. That shit didn't work out that way. They still liked me. They just said I was a whack rapper. And
Mm.
then I was cool. And then I didn't even trip. I enjoyed just being a fan. And then yeah, it would be years later, man. Like 3 years later, 2, 3 years later, when I even picked up another pen to even try to write anything. Um, and even then, I was still just having fun. It was nothing I took seriously. Um, and just thankfully, a battle cat really recognized that I had something.
Oh yeah, shout out to
Um,
Battle Cat.
there, and me and my homeboy, we were young dudes. He recognized something in us and cultivated that. And by then I was probably about 14, acting like I was 16. So yeah. That's when it wasn't even me. I wrote a whack rap that was fun, and then years later was writing, like, we would just diss each other. Me and my homeboy Bird, we started this journey together, and then his Cat was dating his sister, his older sister, and I don't know what made Bird give Cat that tape, but I would have never gave nobody a tape because it was silly. I mean, we playing for our friends, but we wasn't writing no records. We would just, take a like I'd go in the garage for an hour and write basically songs dissing him and vice versa.
Oh
So
shit.
yeah, it was just fun, stupid shit. And he gave the tape to Battle Cat, which was crazy. And what's crazy is Battle Cat listened to it. What's crazier is he thought we had talent, and he came back and told us, like, you got a great ear for music. And he looked at me and he's like, you could rap. And he took us under his wing, man. And I'm sure a million niggas, a million and one was trying, and he saw something in us that I didn't see. So I always respect him. I appreciate it.
Man, most definitely. That's what's up.